What's going on, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone. This is Unscripted. It's Tuesday night. You know what that means. I have some of the biggest, the baddest, the best wrestlers of today and yesteryear, and tonight is no different. Been trying to get some this technical stuff together with Scott Putski. I was just on the phone with them, trying to get this audio stuff together. So he will be on shortly for a small bit. Until then, SK Nation, what questions do y'all have? What questions do y'all have to ask me for now? Ask me some questions for now. We are waiting for Scott Putski. As soon as you get done with all the crazy technical issues that this is causing right now. What is going on? How am I staying cool in Ohio? How am I staying cool in Ohio? Elvis is asking. Still waiting on Putski here. I'm thankful to work in a place with an air conditioner. That's basically what is going on. Yeah, I mean that's this. I'm thankful to be in a place with air conditioner. It's really cool in the practice that I work at, so that's great. Rito, who are top 5 WCW wrestlers of all time? That's a good question. Number 1, Sting. Sting is my all-time favorite wrestler. Number 2 is Dusty Rhodes. That is my second all-time favorite wrestler. Number 3 is Ricky Steamboat. That is my third all-time favorite wrestler. And 4 and 5 are the Road Warriors, because that's my all-time favorite tag team. So very easy for me, because I was a WCW guy. I was an NWA, WCW guy. So that's pretty easy for me as far as my all-time favorite. Questions, throw some questions away, put some questions on there. Still, he's trying to get in and work this technical stuff. So we shall be seeing Scott Putski. I didn't want to hold you all and belabor anything. So yeah, go ahead and throw some questions out there for me until Scott Putski comes out. Elvis is talking about football. Macho Man top 5. Putski just oh man. Man, I don't know why. Oh man. Technical issues, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right. We will continue to try to work on this here. All right. So let's see here. Roito, if I became a wrestler, what would my name be and why? It's funny that you asked that. It'd probably be Axeman. I'm totally corresponding with Scott Putski. He's trying to get on right now. So we were doing that. We'll do some questions now until then. It will be Axeman, because I used to play WWE Attitude back in the day, like in the mid to late 90s, and that was a character that I thought was pretty cool, and I ended up getting No Mercy back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I mean that was it. Axeman became the guy. Brian, what I think of a crossover event between old school ECW and NXT 2.0. That would actually intrigue me, because I am just not a fan of NXT 2.0. I mean, I used to be a huge fan of NXT, and 2.0 just doesn't do it for me. Unfortunately, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Mount Rushmore, the gold era, the golden era. I imagine that you're asking. Um, so that means the top four wrestlers of the golden era. Give me dates. Give me dates of the golden era. 80s, 70s. Give me dates. Um, yes, I have interviewed Scott Putski before. I have indeed. Um, which current wrestler do I like? My favorites now are Bianca Belair, Asuka, Drew McIntyre. Mm, as far as active wrestlers currently, that's pretty much it. As far as Roman Reigns is among my favorites. He has been, but he's a heel. I'm not supposed to like him, right? But I can certainly appreciate Roman Reigns's run for sure. I think that he is um, head and shoulders above everybody else as far as full time talent. My back is hurting, of course, um, but I will give you updates on PNP. Um, yeah, interesting, interesting. Uh, very, very, very interesting. Not happy with the SummerSlam card. I think stories like that is are weird, honestly, because you created the SummerSlam card. You had plenty of time to create the SummerSlam card, but for some odd reason, you're not happy with it. I mean, SummerSlam's 11 days away, so a little too late to be doing that. What I think of Raw and NXT, not a fan of either, honestly. Again, used to be a big fan of NXT, and not a fan anymore. Um, he's supposed to be downloading Safari. I don't know what's going on here. Thoughts of WWE becoming PG-14 area or TV-14? Um, hmm, yeah, probably. Like I said before, it's probably for blood, and yeah, sure. I mean, if people want to blade, let them blade. Late 70s to 89. Okay. The Mount Rushmore between those 20 years. Flair, Race, Hogan, Bruno. Ooh, yeah. Flair, Race, Hogan, Bruno. Um, um, let's see. I'm just going to call him and ask questions then. I don't know what in the world's going on. Let's just do this. I got an idea. Um, all right. So I got an idea. I'm gonna. I got an idea. Yes, Kenny, I am really a doctor. I am a doctor in psychology. That is a shoot. My day job is a therapist. I'm a psychotherapist, and yeah, every day I see patients, and there are some really really good questions. No Piper Andre. No, definitely not Piper. Um, Andre is arguable. But I would put Bruno over him though. I got some good questions. We need to do one of these for just me. Because y'all all right. I got some good questions to ask me. So, all right, we're gonna bring on Putski in this We're Live Pal, very fun and conventional way because he's not able to hop on the link. So we will do it in a way that you will see him, and we will bring him on via another video chat. Cruz disappeared. That's not good. All right. And we're gonna make this happen, y'all. I gotta give the people what they want, right? All right. Here we go. Here we go. Trying to call him. Here we go. Trying to call him through video. Now he's corresponding to me. All right, here we go. Come on. Okay. 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 Hello.
Hey, can you see me?
Can't. Let's see. Just turn on the video. Request the video. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let me bring you on. Let me share the screen and bring you on that way.
This is a cluster, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all right, man. It all worked. It's so worked out. There we go. Let me bring you on. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Hold on. Let me share the screen again. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go. All right. All right, here we go. Let's ask these questions to you, my man. Guillermo's asking, how was working for the GWF?
Loved it, man. That was actually the best time I ever had. Grizzly Smith, Jake's dad, was and Sam Houston's dad was Booker there. It's the most fun I ever had wrestling.
Nice. You were North American champion there, right?
Was a couple things there, I'm sure.
You had the top title there. You had the top title.
Yeah, that's the old Sportatorium, man.
Yeah,
what a great place, man.
Yes, absolutely. They put that in shambles now, right? It said they demolished it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did it, man. I mean, Elvis played there, Johnny Cash. I mean, the Beatles.
Yeah,
that should have been a historical landmark.
Agreed. You think they should have resurrected it?
They should have, man. I mean, that place, when we were there, we were selling that place out every Friday for TV, man. And it was just, I mean, not only the history, but just, having someone like Grizzly Smith. I mean, you know who Grizzly Smith is.
Oh, right? Yeah, Jake's dad.
What a great mind. I mean, they talk about Jake being, having to wrestle. He got it from his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Grizz was just, I mean, he'd sit there and watch my matches with me and, tell me, do this is good, this isn't good. When I first started, they put me on, I'd come into the thing, I'd work with Black Bart or, Oh man, they put me in
Me
there
and
with
Black Bart are really good friends, man. Yeah, I still talk
Big
to him.
Bart. He's helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'd come in the thing, man. The board would have so and so and so and so 5 minutes because they're TV. So and so and so and so 10 minutes. So and so and so and so 7 minutes, and say Putski and Bart 30 minutes. I was like, what? And then come time they'd edit it down to an 8-minute match.
Yeah.
But what they were doing is they were putting me in there and making me work. And teaching me, how to carry and do stuff like that, which was genius because they could edit what they wanted. But that right there, working with Bart was just, it helped me tremendously.
Nice, loved it. Let's see. Roito's asking, greetings from Puerto Rico. What was it like in the 1994 Royal Rumble, and who were your top 5 wrestlers you faced all time in wrestling?
Oh man. Work-wise, I would say Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero. Canyon was a good worker. He was I enjoyed working with Canyon.
Nice.
Really nobody in WWF because they didn't have anybody. And then, they didn't let me work. Most of the matches there were crap.
Yeah, light heavyweight division.
Yeah. But El Parker was fun. Loved working with El Parker. Okay. A lot of the Spanish guys, they were great.
Yeah.
I didn't get to work with Ray and Hoovy, but I was there when they had their first match. What a tremendous! You can only do so many of those lucha matches, but man, when Ray and Hoovy had that, do you remember that first match they had?
Well, I remember the ECW match. I think the ECW, the WCW match.
WCW.
Yeah.
They had some 20-minute match.
Yeah.
Once they did that, then all those lucha matches were obsolete.
Yeah.
What the stuff they did was just, just so incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big, flip-flop lucha guy.
Likewise.
But it was incredible.
Yeah. On that note, the second part was 1994 Royal Rumble. What was it like being in the 94 Royal Rumble?
I wasn't in the 94 Royal Rumble.
That's what Rita was asking.
No, I wasn't in 94.
I was gonna say 94. You were in Global, weren't you?
Yeah.
Pedicino, how was it working for Joe Pedicino?
He was
Bonnie Blackstone.
Man. Yeah, Bonnie Blackstone. Believe it or not, Pedicino was a good guy, man.
Was he? Good promoter?
Yeah, he was really a good guy. Him and Eddie Gilbert, they were kind of running it back
then. Okay.
Yeah, Eddie was a good dude too, man.
Yeah. Eddie Gilbert, he died in 93, wasn't it?
I think so.
Oh,
but
man.
I had some good matches with Eddie up there in Global.
Yeah. Global's, people sleep on Global, man. Global's got some all-stars.
But it was a good, they had good matches all around solid, because you went in there and you worked, man. And if you didn't work, they can you. It wasn't like, you had a job.
Yeah.
If they liked you and you were doing, got a crowd reaction, and you came back. If you didn't see it, they'd send you down the road.
Right. Yeah. And Global, I remember watching Global coming back from elementary and middle school between 91 and 94. I was primarily in middle school at that time. And because of Global, the Harlem Heat is one of my top 5 all-time favorite tag teams. And
my dad's the one that got them into the business.
Oh, really? Ivan was?
Yeah, they came to his school in Houston first.
Nice.
He gave Booker, his first wrestling name was G.I. Bro.
G.I. Bro. Yeah, absolutely.
And Lash, his brother, they called the Super Collider.
Yep, Super Collider. And then it became the Ebony Experience. That's what I know. Yeah, that's why I knew him in Global. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. They were I was a huge fan of the Ebony Experience in Global. And that actually, Booker T is one of my all-time top 5. And
someone told me he's back working again.
Well, he has his own promotion reality of wrestling, and he does occasional matches there. He just recently came back.
I want to say it was a couple of days ago. Someone was like, "Man, did you know Booker's back working?" I was like, "Nah, really?"
Yeah, he does occasional matches for reality wrestling. It's his own promotion, so he steps in. He still looks good. He still looks good.
I always take care of them.
Yeah, he had the same gear that he had on a 98,
Yeah.
and they did a split screen with 98 and 02. Yeah, it looks the same.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, he's got a big old, grizzly beard and it's gray and stuff. But other than that, yeah, it looks the same, man. Let's go to Rito. What does it mean to you to be named PWI ranked number 67 in all-time best singles wrestlers in 1995?
It didn't mean nothing, honestly, man. That's just a word. It's just what they want to put on there. Honestly. I could care less, man. I mean, it's an honor. It is, but it's kind of it's an opinion.
Yeah,
is basically what it was.
For sure. What wrestlers would you resemble your ring style with?
Really, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I kind of was, I was able to do high fly stuff and power stuff. So, I mean, really, I guess, same kind of style as Eddie and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I asked you this when I interviewed you a few years back, but I want to reiterate it. I want to ask you again. When you went, was it 97? You went to WWE light heavyweight division?
Yeah.
How much did you weigh at that time? I mean, you've always been a
245,
dude. Yeah, I was wondering, like, why did they put you?
Well, it was a slap in my dad's face.
That was weird to me.
Yeah, dad, and it was funny because Sean was the champ at the time, and I'd ride with the Road Warriors and stuff when I was with them. We would hang out.
Nice.
They were like, dude, you need to just run in there and whip his ass and just shoot on him and pin him. But he was a champ. He was about $185. And then they stuck me in the thing. What if my dad, Vince, and him had heat from, when his dad still had the company. So,
from senior days.
Well, it's like I was talking to someone the other day, and they were talking about Bulldog's kid.
Harry Smith.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why isn't he with New York or WWE?
He recently had the tryout. I know that he signed. I mean, there was some contract stuff going on recently. He was with them. He was tag team champion there before. And,
but what?
He teamed with TJ Wilson, Tyson Kidd for a while, and then he got let go. He did some stuff, in Europe and MLW, and they recently brought him back. And he did some dark matches. He never got on TV, but he did some dark matches.
Yeah, I talked to some people that know him, and they were like, well, what do you think? And I was like, man, I mean, I asked them, does this old man have heat with Vince? They're like, oh yeah. I was like, well, there you go. Don't matter how good you are, if you get Vince. Yeah. And so.
Yeah, I recently saw a picture of him this week. Dude is jacked. Like he's got himself in really, really good shape. He's got cut up and everything, man. So he's definitely ring ready, to go back.
Well, I know he works in Japan and stuff.
Yep. He does. Yeah. He does he goes, he wrestles all around. So yeah. Let's see here. Aaron's asking, what are your favorite memories of wrestling for GWF?
GWF. Oh man, really everything, because that's kind of when I broke in, that. And at the time, I was living in Fort Worth, and I'd do TV in Dallas at the Sportatorium every Friday. So we'd make that trip, and then we'd have a couple house shows during the week. But it was just fun, man. There was a good locker room. Nobody was thought their shit didn't stink, and everybody got along. I mean, you had your little shit disturbers in there, but they kind of get them. The hierarchy kind of take care of them and move them on their way, but. Yeah. It was a good locker room, man. I mean, everybody was happy. Everybody was working. Everybody was getting paid. It was a good time. And it wasn't like, New York where you have to just keep looking behind your back so who's going to shove a shank in your back,
Yeah. Let's see here. Elvis is asking, what made you get into wrestling, and do you think Kurt Angle belongs on Wrestling Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I think what got me into wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the obvious, my dad.
Your dad. Oh, a legend.
Yeah. I mean, we were doing this stuff whenever we were kids. We'd go to the matches. And we get in the ring before the matches, and we weren't smart. He didn't smart us up when we were kids, and me and my two brothers, we'd get in there and literally beat the crap out of each other. I mean, we'd give a clothesline. We were really giving a clothesline. We'd punch you. We were really punching each other, and stuff like that. So, but
very nice.
Kurt Angle, yeah, definitely. Kurt deserves it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Let's do a few more. Appreciate your flexibility, man. This is fun. Fun way we did it, but we did it, man. I got you. People wanted to see your handsome mug anyway, so.
Bro.
Let's see here. A few more. There's a lot of interaction here. Thank you all. Why did you leave Memphis for the USWA? How was your USWA experience?
You're the wrong person, bro. I never worked in Memphis.
Yeah, I didn't think you worked for USWA.
I worked for USWA.
Yeah. Let's see here. What do you think of Flair having your last match and having his last match and getting Andrade involved, his son-in-law?
So what happened? I didn't hear about that.
So his he's on his last match. It's been Jim Crockett Promotions is promoting it. Yeah, he's been promoted for a few months now. He just 73 years old. His last match is July 31st.
Oh man, I gotta see that.
Yeah, so
cardiac arrest machine.
So he announced that the match is going to be him and his son-in-law, Andrade Alidolo. He just married Charlotte recently. And they're going against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett.
Is he working in New York or WWE?
No. Flair's not in WWE. I mean, he was doing some manager work during the pandemic era, but not anymore. Brian's asking, how was it like wrestling Chris Jericho and WCW?
Good, loved it. I mean, it's always good to work with someone that you can actually work, especially in WCW.
Yeah,
that place was just it was miserable there, man, because you had your younger guys and they kept wanting to shove that older, Hogan and Nash and all that old crowd, and that's where Vince killed the WCW, was because while they were kept rehashing that NWO and Hogan and all those old dudes, he was building his new stars, and so once people got tired of it, I mean, you can only do so, and it was every week for 2 hours was the NWO show.
Yeah.
I mean, all day long. They were in every segment. They were running in, and it was just like it was horrible.
It really killed a lot of the other talent, didn't it?
Yeah, they didn't want, and you had guys like Paul Orndorff, who was a big, guy for me, and Kevin Sullivan was a big guy, that wanted to help me get pushed, and they didn't want to do it, man. If you were any type of threat, they weren't, and they were like, Scotty, sorry, man, we're getting shit from the guys up front.
Wow.
They were giving us big checks, so it didn't matter. Regardless, we were getting checks every 2 weeks if we worked, no time, or if we worked all the, 5 shows a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to disclose what y'all made?
They made a lot. We made a lot. I mean, it was Turner's money. They were just giving it away, man.
Wow.
It was. I mean, guys like Lanny Poffo, dude. I didn't even know the guy. He'd been there the whole time I was there, and I think I saw him twice, and they were each time was in clothes. I thought he was just there seeing the. I'm like, oh man, he's getting a 6-figure deal.
Wow.
He don't even wrestle because he was Randy's brother.
Wow.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It literally after about, I'm going to say about 3 months of working for them, I'd go to my mailbox, every 2 weeks, and you go out there and get your check, and I literally would like look around to see if you're getting punked. I thought it was like punked. Like, no, this ain't legal, dude. This can't be real, and it's not, And I literally look around for Ashton Kutcher to come in, dude. You're getting punked.
What were you doing during those downtimes and still collecting that money?
There was a lot of times, with Vince, he'd give you your schedule for the month. So you get a big folder deal with all your tickets and all your itinerary for the month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they sometimes wouldn't even get a ticket until Saturday or Sunday for Monday night, Nitro. So it got to the point where, if I didn't get a ticket by Friday, they'd FedEx the ticket Saturday. I'd get the ticket. I'd open the ticket, take the ticket, throw the FedEx package in the street. And they'd call Monday like, Scotty, where you at? Terry Taylor may call, Scotty, where you at? I was like, well, I'm home. I didn't get a ticket, And they're like, no, you're supposed to. And I was like, well, I didn't get a ticket, man. And they were like, oh, shit, okay. And so, it didn't matter to me because they weren't really doing much with me anyway.
Yeah. Wow.
So next week would come, same thing. Didn't get a ticket. I mean, sometimes they literally called me and didn't send me a ticket. So it wasn't like, they did do it where they didn't send me a ticket. So I'd collected tons of tickets and I'd go some. So finally one day they call me and he's like, man, we're in Syracuse. So I fly out of Dallas. They go, well, you're getting back when you could get the e-ticket, you could just run through the airport. So they send me he goes, just get to the airport. We got you an e-ticket. I'm like, all right. So I get on the plane. It's just like about 2:00. Get to Syracuse about 6:30. Get in a rent-a-car, drive to the arena, pull in, run in, put my stuff down, get on the board, and I was see if I'm on the board where I'm at. My name's not on the board. I go, Terry, man, my name's not on the board. He's like, yeah, it's all right, man. You're good. And I was like, okay. So jumped back in the car, drove home. Got there. But I mean, it was cool because, like, even when we worked, if you were on the card early, you could catch a red eye. You didn't even have to stay. The night. You didn't have to stay the night because you were on early, and you could fly out till 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So if you could catch a red eye, back then you could change your ticket anytime you wanted. And plus, all those tickets that I had saved, we had a credit card that was like Delta, and so they wouldn't give the money back. But what they do is they put the value of the ticket on that credit card, so you could just. I mean, I flew free for years. Man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a racket.
Wow. Big cluster mess. So
yeah.
All right, my man. Well, thank you for accommodating. We're going to head out. Let the listeners know, man, where to find you on social media, man. Keep in touch with you.
Yeah, just check me out on Facebook, man. I'm not doing a whole bunch of stuff right now. Just kind of just getting back, in shape. Got my body fixed back up, man, from just years of abuse, really football and stuff, So I finally got myself back, and I'm in probably the best shape of my life now, man. So just kind of keep watching, man. Maybe something will pop up.
Okay. I like the teaser. All right, my man. Thanks, Scott, for accommodating, man. Thanks for your flexibility, man. You have a good night.
Thanks, man. Love you all, man. God bless.
Likewise. God bless. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for the accommodation. Thanks for the flexibility, man. That was great to accommodate him in that way. I was going to make sure I got it in for y'all. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone. That was Scott Putski, son of Hall of Famer Ivan Putski, former WWE champion Ivan Putski. And that is this episode of UnSKripted. Until next week, have a good week. Bye-bye. Solo.